What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today. And today we've got a super cool video for you. So we're going to be taking a look at keeping monster fish, and in particular, housing them correctly. So I have a couple of monster fish, and at the moment I'm trying to get a nice big tank for them. I'm trying to get a 200 gallon 7 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot tank for them. However, with coronavirus and just things not really playing out the way I'd hoped, it has taken a bit longer to procure that tank. So what is somebody to do if they have a monster fish and it's outgrowing their tank faster than they are able to get their hands on a big enough tank? So in this tank we have my red-tailed catfish. I got him just over a month ago with the albino gourami, as well as the... It might have just been the albino, no, there was a third fish, and it must have been the flower horn, yeah. So when I got him, he was about 5 centimeters, and he's probably about, he's definitely pushing 9 to 10 centimeters. And if I were to put that into perspective, an inch is around 2.5 centimeters, so he's probably grown around 2 inches, an inch to 2 inches in that month and a half to 2 months. So that's quite a problem, because these guys can get up to 2 feet in the first year, anywhere between a foot to 2 feet depending on genetics, food, and the right water quality. So this is a 200 litre tank. It's 4 foot by 15 inches by 18 inches tall, which can make this a bit of a problem. I don't know exactly when I'm going to get this tank, but I do have a contingency plan. And that plan is actually this, the pool pond. As you can see, I've got my 6 pacu in here, my bigger arowana, and my giant gourami, as well as another baisha. I got this specifically in mind because... I got this specifically in mind for my pacu, because when I first got them, I didn't have the 200 litre tank. I didn't even expect to buy the 200 litre tank, I just found it at a good price and I picked it up. So what the plan was is to get it from the 120 upstairs, put it directly into the pool pond, and then wait till the bigger tank arrived and then put them in there. What I'm trying to get at is a pool pond is a really great solution for people who are strapped for cash, or there's just problems with shipping large tanks, because these don't tend to be on your basic Amazon or eBay or things that can easily ship within the next few days. This pool pond I got off Amazon, and it's fairly cheap. It was about £30. It's 5 foot in diameter. About, I don't really know how tall it is, but I think it's got a maximum capacity of 400 litres, so double the capacity of the 200 litre tank. And now why I say the pool pond is a great solution is because it's cheap. That's the main selling point of this, is the fact that it is so cheap that you can easily pick one up even if you are strapped on cash. Like I said, £30 for 400 litres worth of water storage. So you can easily put massive fish in here. You know, you can put fish that's up to 2 feet long, because you've also got the width. It's not a big constriction to have a bigger fish in here than is usually recommended, because they've got a larger surface area to swim. If you were to put them in a 2 foot tank, if you were to put a fish that's 2 feet long in a 2 foot by 7 foot, fair enough, they have the 7 foot to go up and down, but they don't have much turning space. So here at least they've got the swimming across, they've got just plenty of space. You know, if you are planning on putting a big fish in a 5 foot pool pond, I wouldn't recommend, you know, storing them for long. This is just a temporary solution. It turned into a bit longer term solution than I expected, but that is what the whole thinking was, is just in case I need the space, I have something to put them in. Which pretty much worked out really well, because we ended up getting the bigger arowana, as well as the giant gourami ended up having some space. And I've got a red-tailed catfish, like I've said. If it gets too big, it can always go in here, and as you can see, there's a bit more space off to the left. So the plan is to pretty much upgrade the pool pond when the time is needed. So basically, once I'm able to move all these fish out, and I've got the right space, so I can put the measurements in and I can try and get another pool pond. But that is pretty much something for people who have monster fish to keep in mind. Unless you're planning on purchasing your monster fish, keeping them for as long as you can, but you've got like a buddy who can take them off your hands, or you've got an agreement with an aquarium or your local seller to take them back once they get too big, yeah, okay, fine, go ahead. But if you're somebody who's planning to buy them and upgrade your tanks, this is just a precaution that you might want to take, is to get these pool ponds, because you can spend £100 on a decently sized pool pond. You know, you're talking about 4 feet wide, 6 feet long, several, I think, like, you know, 2-3 feet tall. So you got a lot of water storage capacity in one of these pool ponds, which is absolutely phenomenal, because that way you can keep your monster fish for longer than you intended, or you have that buffer period where you can make arrangements either to sell them off, to give them to someone, or to actually house them properly. It even gives you that time to save up and buy that right tank that you're looking for. So I would definitely recommend anybody who's thinking about getting monster fish or has them to have a pool pond just in case things don't go your way. It's a brilliant temporary solution. They're easy to set up, they're inexpensive, and you know, once you're done with them, you can wash them out and you can use them for other things, including actually using them as a little pool pond, a little pool, sorry. So that's just one of the tips or sort of advice I'd like to give anybody who's thinking about getting monster fish, is just to have that foresight to think what happens if I can't provide for them. Because people want monster fish, and you know, it's just an attractive part of the hobby to get them. But this also provides people the opportunity to care for them in the proper way for as long as possible. I always prefer having my fish in a tank because you can actually see them, but monster fish, like I said, they get massive, and so having a pool pond is just a great way of keeping them and housing them correctly, because you provide them with the space that they need to live a happier life. Anyways, it's not supposed to be like a whole preachy sort of video where I'm telling you this is what you need to do. I'm pretty sure any of you getting monster fish probably have your head screwed on right anyways, so you've more or less made sort of arrangements to keep them properly, or you've already made your contingency plan like I have. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, just to kind of see what my sort of thinking was, or if anybody had, you know, questions as to what are you supposed to do with all these fish when they get really big. I mean, this isn't going to last monster fish that long, it's only 5 foot by 5 foot, but what I'm saying is that I can currently house the monster fish I have, and I can actually house a lot more in there. I could probably house all the fish I have in here in that pool pond, you know, and they can all get to about a foot, and they'd probably have enough space. Not super comfortable, it'd be fairly crowded, but they'd still be able to do well. But then I've also got that once this pool pond goes away, I'll probably still have that space left to go ahead and get another pool pond that's slightly taller, slightly wider, and slightly longer, just so that you can keep bigger fish in there for a lot longer. Anyway, so like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you guys are keeping safe, and yeah, some cool things are going to happen eventually once we get this moved out the way. We can go ahead and get the big fish in. We can finally see the pacu and the arowana and everything in a tank, which I'm super excited for. So fingers crossed that happens soon. So keep safe, peace out, see you guys.